Welcome to Breaking Solo, how solopreneurs break barriers, build brands, and embrace the future of business.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Solo. I'm excited for my guest today, Sarah Choudhary. Sarah, thank you so much for being with me.
I appreciate, Donna. It's a really great pleasure to have with you. Thank you.
Thank you. So tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you first definitely for having me. I'm Dr. Sarah Choudhary and known as Sarah. So my core work is in AI strategy and enterprise systems. I hold a PhD degree in data science. I'm a member of Forbes Technology Council, and over last 20 plus years of experience, I have built AI roadmaps and delivery architectures and strategies for more than 150 organizations, everything from Fortune 500 to high growth kind of startups. So, but the reason I'm on your show is the founder side of my life. I'm the CEO of ICE Innovations. It is a bootstrapped multi venture company. Inside it, we operate ride sharing apps, same as like a Uber or Lyft, and a last mile delivery platform, like purpose built to pay drivers fairly and having a economic prices for the people as well. And then iChef, which is a home cooked food marketplace that connects people with verified local chefs for personalized cultural healthy meals. Separately, I'm founder of Sprowberry, a modern barter economy app that lets people exchange the skills in with the and the time and services through a trust-based barter point systems. It's a bill for a future, basically, where value is not gated by the cash. And also founder of the Zora, an AI uh, powered decision engine that helps entrepreneurs allocate their time, energy, and money intentionally. That is essentially an operating system for a solo builder. So, to the short version, I consult on enterprise side and I build on a founder side, and I live at the intersection of both. I'm really looking forward for this conversation.
That's awesome. You are doing some things, lady.
Thank you.
That's amazing. So, what inspired you to go into solo business?
Honestly speaking, it was not inspiration, it was tension. After 2 decades of like doing strategy for AI enterprise system for 150 plus organizations, I kept seeing the same thing in every industry I touched. Entire categories running on broken foundations like rideshare platforms. They extract 30 to 60% from drivers who can barely make their rents. Food delivery ignoring the millions of people who want real home food, like culture, personalized meals. Entire service economics locking out anyone who doesn't have cash to spend. So I had tooling to build better alternatives. So, and that's a very specific kind of restlessness that comes from being able to see the fix clearly in your head and watching like no one build it. So that's the tension that made me go solo. Not a kind of like a motivational poster moment or something like that, not a rebellion, just the growing conviction that I had a architectural in hand and the ability to build it. And also the longer I waited, the longer this broken system kept running. So I started building Rideshare was first because driver deserved the fair deal, and iChef because who deserved to be more than the restaurant delivery. And then Sprowberry is on. Is I'm still working on that. Is because the value doesn't require to exchange. So I really impressed with one quote. Ralph Waldo Emerson put it really well. He said, like, do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave the trail. And that's exactly what the foundation helped fertilize. So most founders are pulled forward by a dream. I was pushed forward by seeing too many broken systems that I knew how to fix.
That is amazing. So, thank you for being you.
Thank you.
So, what's been your biggest challenge in this solopreneur journey?
I think because running multiple ventures simultaneously without venture capital, I see Sprowberry, Zora, iChef, each one has its own product, its own market, its own unit economics. So for most people, that's a four full-time companies. But for a bootstrap founder like me, that's four full-time chaos, kind of like factories unless you solve it structurally. So what got me through was treating my portfolio the same way I would treat a enterprise architecture or strategy problem: shared infrastructure, module components, and I would say like ruthless prioritization. So I built a common tech backbone and then a common operating rhythm. And then I became a very clear about which venture gets my deep focus first in which quarter, and I don't try to move all four forward at the same velocity. So I sequence them because, and I have seen like most founders burn out because they run multiple businesses and multiple businesses. I run multiple businesses as one architecture. So that's what my theory is.
That's great. So tell me, how did you, or what strategy do you use to differentiate yourself from competitors in your industry? Or do you
So
have any?
yes, I had like different product DNA, so not the different marketing, I would say. Like ICE Rideshare doesn't outspend Uber on ads. That's unwinnable, right? It's a big industry. So ICE Ride takes 25% commission instead of 30 to 60% of commissions, uses the bid-based pricing instead of search. And it is a build driver first. So that's a structural difference, not a slogan. Sprowberry, on the other side, doesn't compete with Venmo or TaskRabbit. It operates on a completely different economical logic. So where the unit of exchange is not dollars, same like Zora doesn't compete with a productivity app. It's an AI-powered decisions engine, not a task list. So if your differentiation is narrative, I would say like you will get outspent. But if your comparison or differentiation is built into a product, the market eventually found you. So you don't win by telling a better story than your competitor. I would say like you win by building a product they can't copy without rebuilding it from scratch. So that's what my strategy that I use to, stand out or not competitive but work together.
That's good. That's really good.
Thank you.
So, what industry trends do you think solopreneurs should be paying attention to right now?
One, um, I would definitely say not because I work at AI, because AI is a leverage. Um, there's actually three that I'm actively building around. Number one, AI is not a labor replacement, is a leverage. A solopreneur, I think, with a well-designed AI stack in 2026 can operate at scale that required 10% team in 2020. So I run these multiple ventures because AI lets me. The founder who mastered this is going to define the next decade for sure. Number two is trust-based economies. Consumer fatigue with extractive platform is real. So the winners of the next cycle will build the marketplaces where value basically flows fairly between the people who create it. Strawberry is my bet on that thesis. So, number three is the rise of the solo portfolio operator. The default assumption is like that one founder equals one company is already obsolete. So, a skill builder with the right infrastructure can run multiple ventures simultaneously. That's the future I'm living. I know William Gibson, he said, one, the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed. So the solopreneurs who pay attention now are not predicting the future, they have already living in it.
That's that's a great perspective. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
So, what's one tool, app, or resource that you can't live without in your business?
Um, Honestly, frontier AI model used as a thinking partner, not a content generator or something like that. Like most founders use AI to produce faster. I use it to think better. I walk it into with like a unstructured problems, pricing models, like market entry questions, organization designs. And then when I finish, I walk out with much better clarity that I couldn't have done alone or reach alone in the same time frame. So that's the massive unlock when you are running multiple ventures. So the second tool I would name Zora, which I specifically built because no one has built the AI powered decision engine I needed. When a tool doesn't exist, sometimes is the right answer to build is. So that's the best tool I would say. And Zora is basically your energy quadrant examiner. If you what you do all day is basically not a journal, but it basically tell you at the end of like 1 or 2 weeks, you will be understanding what exactly the time I'm spending on the things that can be delegated or that's not productive. So making yourself more productive and more free, basically. That's my favorite tool as well.
Wow, I need that tool.
Yes, definitely. I will send you a link with a coupon code.
That's awesome. So, what kind of daily habits or routines help you to stay focused and productive?
That's the non-negotiable are physical first. Strength training 3 times a week, intermittent fasting, and a real sleep window. That's the more important thing because I think of my body as a core infrastructure. If I let it go like degrade or then every other system in my life degrades with it. So cognitively, my first 90 minutes belong to one deep work block before I touch any email or Slack or something like that or Teams. That's when I do my best strategical thinking. So if I let my morning get hijacked by reactive work, the day is already lost by 10 a.m. So I would suggest everyone like protect your sharpest hours the way you will protect your company most important assets because cognitively they are your most important assets. So this is how I work basically on the that's make me more productively.
That's amazing. I used to not sleep very often, very long at all. But the last several years, I've made sleep a priority, and it makes such a difference
Amazing.
in the
Definitely.
way that, you perform when you've actually rested your body and
Yes,
your mind. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, you're 100% right. It's helped a lot.
Yeah. So, have you had a mindset shift that's made a difference in your success?
Yes, it is. It is very important, and it's a really good question. I love it. The shift from permission to authority. That's the biggest thing that shift I made it. And a lot of people who have met me 8 or 10 years ago, when they meet me now, they say you're completely 360-degree turn because that's the biggest shift I brought. Most founders, especially women, especially you will say like under representative founders, they spend their leisure waiting for someone to green light their ideas, like a co-founder or an investor, a mentor, a credential, right? So I did a version of that too. And honestly speaking, I wasted years on it. The shift happened when I realized like I already had the credential. I have my own self. I have my own story. I'm a unique like everyone else like you. I already had to expertise. I already had the proof of work. The only thing missing was my own willingness to move without external validation. And that is the shift what unlocked, I would say, everything. So I believe like permission is a cage disguised, I would say this disguised as a key. You don't need anyone's approval to build something real.
Oh, I am so with you there.
True.
That is so true.
Thank you.
So, what's one piece of advice that you'd give someone that's just starting their solopreneur journey?
I would say like solve a real problem you understand deeply and build a product where is the value, right? Not the marketing is what differentiates you basically. The internet is full of solopreneurs with beautiful brands and medical products. Flip it. Build a product that so structurally different that the marketing right itself. That's how you win without spending your way to attention. And that compounding is basically, real superpower.
Awesome. Okay, so if there was is there something that you wished you would have known when you started that you know now?
I think compounding is like something that I would have, I wish I would started. Like compounding only reward people who stay in the game. I wasted too much energy in my early founder years trying to move at enterprise speed. Big launches, fast timelines, like aggressive pushes. A lot of what I built in that mode had to rebuild. So I remember I heard of a quote from Warren Buffett, like, no matter how great the talent or the effort, some things just take time. You can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 months, 9 women pregnant. It's funny but true. Slow is
Right.
fast, steady is powerful, and compounding is everything.
Excellent. That's really good. Okay. Any exciting projects coming up you want the audience to know about?
I think one of the only thing is like the ICE Rideshare is an active expansion across North Carolina right now, and we are rolling out in our next market soon as well. And iChef, iChef is a iChef dash home cooked is a home cooked delivery, same like as Uber Eats or DoorDash delivery from restaurant. Instead of that, like I can be a chef as well, you can be a chef, or you can be a consumer, is same thing, and the food will be delivered from your house to someone else's house who is ordering from that app. So iChef and ICE Rideshare is actively expanding right now, so that's the biggest things shipping this year, along with Sprowberry and Zora in the last quarters, Donna. So I would love to come back on the show when any of these hit their milestone as well.
Absolutely, we would love to have you back. So, you're gonna send me the links if they're not in the if I don't already have them, so that I can put them in the show notes so that everybody can have access.
Sure, I will do that.
Awesome. And tell everybody where they can connect with you and learn more about what you're doing.
Sure, I'm on LinkedIn, Sarah Choudhary. On Instagram, I am Sarah Cho, and on Facebook, same Sarah Choudhary. So people can reach me out on LinkedIn. I'm very active over there. I live over there, so I'm very open to connect and being social. So definitely, anyone would like to uh, get an advice or give me advice, I'm always open.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so very much for being with me today. I've thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And I just have to say, I'm impressed by you, lady.
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I appreciate it, Donna.
Thank you. All right. We will talk to you again when you have some new news to share with us.
Sure, definitely.
All right. Thank you. All right,
Thank you.
everybody. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
You. Bye.